Hey third graders, today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. We've made it through our half of our first week of distance learning. So I'm going to go through our lessons for today. So we're going to start with math again. We have a multitude of different things on this paper going way back. Name the shape. And then we're converting dimes to dollars. So if you have 50 dimes, how many dollars would that be? You have some multiplication, subtraction. We have some fractions here. So remember, your top number is how many are shaded in. And then your bottom number is how many equal parts there are in all. Okay, top number is called a numerator. Bottom number is called the denominator. And then we have a division problem. And then we have expanded form. And then we have two clock questions. So we have to figure out what time this clock says and then figure out what it was 1 hour before what's shown on the clock. Okay, backside is very similar, same types of questions. Again, you have a fraction problem, another expanded form. You have a 3-digit by 3-digit addition problem. Then this one, number 4, you're converting kilometers to meters. So if there are 100 meters in 1 kilometer or kilometer, how many are in 5 kilometers? How many meters? And then we have another division problem, a 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication problem. You have a true or false. And then you have a greater than, less than, or equal to. You have 3 of those problems. So that will be your math for today. I will move on to reading. So reading, you have a full page story to read. And it's called Skateboard. And then on the back side, you have 7 questions to answer about the story. So I suggest that you read the questions first, then you go read your story, and while you're reading, if you see the answers to those questions, you underline them. Okay, that will make it easy for you to go back and answer your questions. Okay, and then the last one is a fun question. So you are to design a skateboard for yourself. So if you could build a skateboard just for you, what would you want that to look like? So that is your reading for today. Okay, in language, we're going to talk about nouns and verbs. Okay, we talked a little bit about nouns yesterday. So we remember that a noun names a person, place, or thing. So I always like to add animal in there because we know that an animal is not a person, it's not a place, and we really don't think of animals as being things. So I always add that third category in there. So a noun names a person, place, or thing. So an example for person would be girl or teacher. Okay, place, woods, beach, thing, flowers, clothes. Okay, and then we're going to look at what is a verb. So a verb shows an action. Okay, so an action verb is a word that shows action. So Gina dances on stage. So what does Gina do? What is the action? Okay, she dances. Some of our action verbs tell about actions that are hard to see. So you have Gina planned the talent show. Well, when you think about the word planned, you don't really think of that as being something, an action. Okay, so it makes it harder to see. You can't really see the planning. Okay, but an action verb tells what the subject of the sentence does. So the sentence is 2 children sing along. So what is the subject of that sentence? Well, it is 2 children. And what do they do? What action do? They sing. Okay, so that is what an action verb is. So if we look back to our worksheet, it has on the front side, it wants you to underline all the nouns. So all the people, places, animals, or things. And then it wants you to circle what action they did. Okay, so what was their action? Okay, then on the back side, we're going to continue talking about nouns and verbs, but these verbs are going to be a little bit different. So again, I want you to circle each noun, okay? So person, place, animal, or thing, and then draw a box around the main verb. So what was the action? What did they do? And then it wants you to underline each helping verb. So sometimes verbs may have more than one word. Okay, so we have the word has cleaned. What is the action there? Well, cleaned, that's something that you can do. But we have this word has in front of it. So that word has helps the word cleaned. Or if we look at this example, is sweeping. Well, what action is there? Sweeping. Okay, and what helps that word sweeping? Is. So it is exactly what it says it is. It's helps. It's a helping verb. So the main verb tells what the subject does or is. So in this case, Linda has cleaned her room. Well, who is the sentence about? What's the noun? Linda. What has Linda done? She cleaned. But then you have this word has. Okay, has. The helping verb helps the main verb show the action. So this word has helps show that Linda has cleaned. So that is a helping verb. Okay. Then you have your little half sheet like we've been doing all week. You have to, let me get it pulled up here. There it is. So you have 2 sentences and you need to find all the mistakes and correct those mistakes and rewrite the sentence on the line. Okay, and then number 3 and 4 is how do you divide that word into syllables? Okay, and remember we've talked about syllables before. So the way it's easiest for me to determine syllables is I put my hand under my chin and I say the word. Every time my chin hits my hand, that is a syllable. So if I was to use my first name, Jennifer, 3 times my chin hit my hand. So my first name, Jennifer, has 3 syllables. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with these 2 words and show where does the division of the syllables lie. And they put a little dash there. And then your last one is the word remote and how would you spell it correctly? So you're going to circle the correct spelling there. All right, your cursive writing for today is another quote. So they have yarns of a skyscraper so tall that they had to put, I'm having a hard time reading it through my phone. They had to put hinges on the top 2 stories so to let the moon go by. So you're going to copy that quote onto the lines in your best cursive writing. Okay, your last thing for today is your Scholastic News. So we're again using that same magazine that we've been using all week. Okay, but we're doing a different story today. So today we are starting the story Sugar Shocker. Okay, so it is going to talk about fruit drinks. Okay, and how those fruit drinks are loaded with sugar. And so they're really not that healthy for you. So it's going to give you a lot of information about that. Again, you can get on scholastic.com-SN3 and put in Crown Dig 59 as our password. And that will give you the web version of that magazine where you have your videos. And then to go with that, you're going to respond to the questions. Okay, so what should you drink, or why should you drink fruit juice in moderation, which means why should you not drink a bunch of it? Why aren't drinks labeled less sugar or low sugar better for you? And what is the purpose of the sidebar, rethink your drink? So let's talk about what a sidebar is. So let me get my magazine back out here. Okay, so, I'm on myself, hang on. Okay, so this is called a sidebar. Okay, this little section right here. So the question is asking you, what is the purpose of that? So why did they put this little section on this magazine? And how does that help you understand the story or give you more information about the story? So those are your assignments for today. So again, remember, don't get in a big tizzy if you can't figure out the answer. Just save it, and we will talk about it when we talk this week. So have a great day, and I will talk to you later.